Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion, and today it's the best black and death metal albums of October 2022. And what better way is to listen to black metal, have some chalky cake, and just enjoy, experience, just absorb the music that we've had in 2022. And it's been a pretty good year for black and death metal albums, whereas some of you sort of don't agree with my opinion. We've got 10 albums that I'm going to recommend to you guys. Now, I've probably mentioned a few on Discovery. We're just doing a one whole package video. So the next video will be the best metal albums of October, including all genres, but this is mainly focusing on death and doom along with black metal. So let's get on with it. So coming at number 10 is none other than a Hungarian band Witcher and the album Lélekharang. Lélekharang is a fantastic, epic, atmospheric black metal album. Some really cool synthesizers that are utilized throughout this album, and it's quite atmospheric. At times it feels like you are marching in a battle, and the artwork is absolutely fantastic. I do love the synths on this and the enjoyable black metal aesthetics on this. Like, this album can get quite heavy, but it's also beautiful and blissful at times. Great songs like Hamvik Ashes, Soul Bow as well, Homecoming's fantastic. It's really cool instrumentals, but overall it's a very good album for October. Next up is a Austrian band, Ellende, and the album Ellenbogengesellschaft, if that's how you pronounce it. Now, Ellende mixes with a bit of post-black metal along with a bit of depressive black metal, because the lyrics are very quite depressing and quite in your face as well. Do love the nice guitar range and the really nice tone of the drums, and the vocals are very intense. This is a pretty heavy black metal album overall, and it's definitely not for the weak of heart. Like, the lyrics are pretty deep as well, and it does talk about a lot of suicide, a lot of depression. Yeah, this is a really good black metal album, atmospheric at times, mixed with post-black metal. It's also quite melancholic as well, and I do enjoy the song Unsterblich, which is an amazing song, Hand auf Erz, which is great, and Freie Fall is really good as well. But yeah, Ellende, Ellenbogengesellschaft is a very good LP. Next up, we go to some melodic black metal, very similar to bands like Dissection. We're none other than Stormruler and their album Sacred Rites and Black Magic. This American band really kicked goals on this album, with some really intense drumming along with unpredictable blast beats and great musical composition, enjoyable vocals, like straightforward black metal. It's in your face as well. It's a great song, some folkier parts, some acoustic parts, some really great melancholic moments as well. It is fantastic, running about an hour and 14 minutes, so it's a pretty long album, but yeah, it's one of the best black metal albums of October. Hey, we're gonna go to a different genre now. Next up is Ripped to Shreds and the album Jubian. Yeah, this album is absolutely fantastic. This US band really kicked goals on this. I love the drumming on this. Production's fantastic, crisp and clean, but has that raw aesthetic feel. And the vocals are very cavernous and raw, split apart by full Charlottes. The guitar work is absolutely amazing. In Solitary Sun Moon Holy Cult Part 3, the 10-minute song is one of the best death metal songs of the year. There are some slow doomier moments, like I do play around with a few bit of doom metal on this, and not to mention the drums are intense, the production is intense. This is one spicy meatball. Eat a chocolate cake and listen to this album. you get a mix of paradise. Ripped to Shreds is a very good death metal album. Got some more death metal here, more like death doom, you could say, or psychedelic doom. This United States band released an album called Rot Among Us by Acid Witch. Gathery Twitch is such a great song. This is such a fun album. It's doomy, it's gloomy, it's at times very atmospheric. The vocals are at times laughable. When I say laughable, they are fun. The vocals are very fun. I do enjoy the vocals. Tommy Rodders is such a great song. Gathery Twitch, the actual introduction is so damn catchy. The Sleeper, Devil's Night Doom. Oh yeah, this album is absolutely fantastic. Do love the psychedelic guitar on this. Just love the overall feeling of this album as well. And it's just a fun album. At times it's quite trippy. You feel like you're on acid listening to it. But yeah, eat a chocolate cake, have a bit of acid. It's a recipe for success. So yeah, Acid Witch sits here. Next up is a perfect Halloween. We've got none other than Vintertodt and the album Under Endless Invented Night. Yes, this US band has some really interesting misanthropy lyrics, death, the atmosphere, the build is very spooky indeed. This was featured in Discovery, the Halloween special. And I gotta say, the vocals are just so damn intense on this. It sounds like a ghoulish ghoul singing in your ear at times. It's very unhuman like this album. The vocals are intense, creeping death, violently interred, Crown of the Abyss, To Nothingness as well, are just all fantastic songs. This band at times reminds me of a bit of Nightbringer, a bit of Achilles, like that sort of evil sounding black metal, and it's so damn good. Next up, we're going to some more death metal. It's Exhumed. This US band released an album called To the Dead. And what can I say? It's a mix of death metal, a little bit of grindcore as well. This is a fantastic death metal album. More on the death metal side, a little bit on the grindy side as well. But overall, it's a very good album. Drained Color is fantastic. Rank and Defiled, Lurid, Shocking, and Vile is fantastic as well. This is an A-class death metal album for this year, and I absolutely love it. Not to mention the artwork looks absolutely fantastic. Great guitar work on this, really interesting drumming. Do love the little drum accents along with the drum fills that really entice the listener. But yeah, this is a very good death metal album. It's pummeling, it's in your face, and the production's got that. There's so much meat and bone on this album, so much to explore. Every single listen, you find something different on Exhumed to the Dead. But yeah, this sits here. Next up is Darkthrone, Astral Fortress. This Norwegian black metal band really kick goals on this album. They do play around with black metal, but they also play a lot around with progressive and doom metal as well. And yeah, you could say this is a full-out doom metal album with some black metal style vocals. It's fantastic, it's brilliant. It's one of the better modern day Darkthrone albums. I've also did a review on this. Impeccable Caverns of Satan is amazing. Caravan of Broken Ghosts, Vulcan Times, Eon, Cobalt and West of the Vast Forest, the cool folky elements on this. It's so damn good, it's amazing. And I just looked at the album cover and I just realized that the guy is wearing a Panzerfaust jacket. How cool is that? An album cover within an album cover. That is mind-blowing. Woo, whoop, boo, whoop. Mind-blowing it is. But yeah, Darkthrone, Astral Fortress deserves to be in the best black and death metal albums of October. Next up we go some cavernous death metal. Finally, the pioneers of Death Doom. One of the pioneers of Death Doom released an album called Morbidity Triumphant by Autopsy. This US band are absolutely fantastic. The guitar work, the technicality on this, the voracious one, being one of my favorites. Being one of my favorite death metal songs of the year. The bluesy groove on that. This album has so much groove to it. It's so damn good. The vocals are very cavernous and raw. It's at times doomy. Reminds me of Mental Funeral, this album a little bit, that older stuff, but yeah, it's fantastic. The atmosphere within the old production on Autopsy, Morbidity, Triumphant. Good album overall. It's one of the better death metal albums of this year. But yeah, Morbidity, Triumphant, Autopsy is a banger. And finally, my number one album for the best black and death metal albums of October is none other than Timor and Tremor and the album Realm of Ashes. I did an album review and also did an album ranking for this album, and this German black metal band kick goals on this, like at times sounds like Paradise Lost. You imagine Paradise Lost, black metal. This is what Paradise Lost would sound like. Timor and Tremor is a fantastic band overall. Great progressive elements, cleaner vocals are utilized on this, but you can also get those extreme black metal vocals as well. The harsh and aggressiveness nature of the overall instrumentals, just a melancholic moment as well. It's just a match made in heaven, this album. One of my favorite black metal albums of the year at the moment. And honestly, I cannot stop playing it. Mirrors and Smoke, Voices from the Coffin, so damn good. You got 100 Days of Rain. Oh, 100 Days, so damn good. Kingdom of the Lost, A Wolf and Son, and Catharsis, that crescendo. And then you got Bearer of the Cursed Souls. What more could you want? What more could you want for black metal, doomy black metal? Because there are elements of doom metal, and it is fantastic. This band reminded me of Paradise Lost a lot, especially those cleaner vocals, especially the overall musical composition as well. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic piece of chocolate cake. So yeah, let me know in the comments below your favorite black and death metal albums of October 2022. Next video will be the all-round metal video for the best metal of October 2022. This also includes at times black metal, also includes death metal, doom metal, metalcore, and a few other genres like power metal, heavy metal, and all that shit. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be epic, and I will see you in the next Discovery Metal Legion.